I just remember his face. The way he looked at me as I squeezed my hands around his neck.
Why does that memory stand out to you, Bill?
His eyes, they were so full of fear. It's like he didn't even recognize me.
You told the prosecutor that voices told you to murder your son and wife. Is that not correct?
She was trying to take him from me. I couldn't let her take my son away.
Is that why you strangled them both? To keep your ex-wife Linda from taking Daniel away from you?
Well, what would you do if some filthy skank left you and then tried to take your son too?
I'd be pretty upset. Angry. Frustrated. Perhaps I'd even want to enact revenge.
I did what I had to do.
Do you think you could have reacted differently? Perhaps even less violently?
Like I said, I did what I had to do.
Men are all the same. Selfish. It's only ever about what they want.
Why do you feel that way, Angela?
I've lived it every day since I was a kid.
Could we talk about your relationship with your father?
Sure thing. He started molesting me when I was 8 years old. Surprised it took him that long. When I was 16, I stabbed the motherfucker about a dozen times. And when he was dead, I kicked his fucking teeth in for good measure. Asshole had it coming to him. Courts didn't see it that way, though, and they sent me here. Been here for 4 years. I will be eligible for parole when I'm 73.
Why do you feel that he had it coming to him?
My dad stole everything from me. My innocence, my trust, and now my entire life. I won't get to get married, or have kids, or a career, or be any of the things I wanted to be in life because of him. Instead, I'm here for killing the man that was supposed to protect me, but chose to do the opposite.
Do you have any regrets about killing your father?
Yeah. I regret not killing him sooner.
Sophia, I know that you have been eating recently. Can we talk about why? Sophia, if something's going on, I need you to tell me. These sessions are meant to help with your rehabilitation, but they can only benefit you if you participate. Not to mention, they're a mandatory part of your sentencing. Sophia? Sophia? All right. Well, unfortunately, I'm going to have to let the judge know you aren't complying with your sentencing.
I'm not eating because I want to die.
Why do you want to die, Sophia?
Because I'm stuck in here for the next 15 years while that bastard is free.
Sophia, you shot an unarmed man 4 times.
Because he kidnapped me when I was 13 and forced me into sex trafficking.
There's no mention of that in your file.
How convenient.
Did you tell your attorney about this?
I tried to. He said it wouldn't matter. There wasn't any proof, so there wasn't any point in talking about it. I never stood a chance. They couldn't wait to convict me. They said I was crazy, that I made up this whole story about being kidnapped and trafficked, that I shot him, unprovoked, in his sleep, that it was a miracle he survived. Miracle my fucking ass. They painted him as the victim.
How's that make you feel?
Makes me feel like my life isn't worth it.
I'm 28 years old, and I've been in the system for 11 years. When I was 17, I was convicted of a murder I didn't even commit.
Tell me about what happened.
It was my boy Dion and I. We was scoping out this house, right? Plan was to get in, steal some shit, and get out. I was just a getaway driver. We weren't trying to hurt anybody. We didn't even think anyone was home.
What happened next?
I saw Dion bust down the door, and then I heard 2 shots. I just left him there. Found out he was dead later on the news. A couple days later, cops break down my door and they arrest me. They tell me that because I was the driver that I'm responsible. I could still hear my mom crying and yelling when they took me. I'll never forget the pain in her voice. I lost my mom and my best friend in the same week. There ain't shit else you can take from me.
Let's talk about your sentencing.
I was given 2 options by the DA. Take a plea deal and spend the next 25 years in a rehab center, or take it to trial and risk being in prison for the rest of my life. I hope to one day walk free again. I'm 17, my life was over.
Do you have any regrets about what happened?
Yeah, I do. I wish I never hung out with Dion that day.
Why is that?
'Cause he'd be here. And I never would have had to hear my mom cry.
Jace Farrell, is that correct?
People call me Jasper. Nobody calls me Jace anymore.
I apologize, Jasper. My name's Dr. Robert Hughes, and per the requirements of your sentencing agreement, I'll be meeting with you twice a week for a mandatory psychiatric evaluation. Could you tell me a little bit about your case?
I was convicted of 2 counts. First-degree rape and first-degree murder. I'm serving a 107-year sentence. Odds are I'll probably die in here.
Can you tell me about the victim of your crime, Jasper?
Sure. She was a pretty young thing. I found out she was 23 in my trial. I wouldn't have thought she was older than 15 or 16 when I saw her. Brunette, skinny, perky. Just my type.
How did you meet this young woman?
She was selling a love seat on Craigslist. Said her boyfriend was trying to get rid of it. Told her I could swing by my pickup and grab it. Was a killer love seat.
What happened next?
I went inside. I paid her, loaded into my truck, and went back in and just raped the bitch. She threatened to call the police, and I wigged out and just slit her throat.
What do you feel motivated you to rape and then murder this young woman?
Her boyfriend wasn't home to stop me.
Do you have any remorse for your actions, Jasper?
You have a daughter, right?
I have two.
What are her names?
My oldest, her name is Miranda. And my youngest, her name is Kimberly.
Is Kimberly pretty? You see, I'm not capable of remorse. I like hurting people. Makes my dick hard. That bitch, well, the first one, she was just the one that got me caught. You got my file right there. Says I'm high risk for a reason. I'm a dangerous individual. One who should never be allowed to walk free again.
Why do you feel that you're still a dangerous individual, Jasper?
Because if they let me out, and I had the opportunity, I would rape Kimberly and then bash in her face just to see the look on yours.